Hey guys, it's Ben here from the Greasy Games. Exciting news! The next set of the cards have been announced, and I figured why not do a video on it since I haven't been doing many videos recently. So we're going to take a look at the cards. I hope you guys get really hyped, because no, I will. Yes, so let's move down. We have Chikorita here. You can see the little picture. It's very cute. Little bay leaf. I'm going to talk about the ones which I'm interested in. Meganium, which is very interesting indeed. It has the ability of Overgrow, which means if its remaining HP is 50 or less, this Pokemon's attacks do 70 more damage. And Green Force, 50 damage. Heal from this Pokemon the amount of damage this attack did to your opponent's selected Pokemon. So if it was weak to grass, you'd heal 100 damage. If it wasn't, you'd heal 50. And if it was resistant, you'd heal 30. Still pretty good. Considering Overgrow, meaning that it does 70 more damage if it's 50 HP or less. Obviously a Seedot, not very exciting. Kricketot, again, not very exciting. Kricketune, nothing really to talk about there. Lilligant is decent, where Whimper, 20 damage during your opponent's next turn if he or she attaches an energy card to the defending Pokemon for his card. The defending Pokemon is now asleep. That could be a good starter offer card. So we're moving away from the grass types. Yes, there are new breaks in this set. Camera up to Heat more, and that's all the fire types. Slowpoke, Slowbro. Slowbro could be very interesting with Miracle Home Run. When you use this attack, if you have one prize card remaining, you win the game. And tell me that isn't OP or anything. Slowking could also be another one. I might build a Slowpoke deck once this sets out. Called Slowking. Has King's Inspiration. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, choose an energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon and move it to one of her bench Pokemon, and psych up 40 damage with 40 more damage in the next turn. That could be just an interesting thing to go with the Slowbro. Shelder, Cloyster, Gyarados EX. Now this is an interesting one I want to talk about. Of course you can see Mega Gyarados EX down there, but Gyarados EX is actually the shiny Gyarados on the actual card, which is very interesting. Wet Weather, flip a coin till you get tails. For each head, search your deck for a water energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Splash Bang, 130 damage, does 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. So that wouldn't be very good on its own, but when you introduce the Mega Gyarados EX, things start to get, again, it's a red Mega Gyarados, so it's shiny stuff. Blast, Geezer, 120 damage, plus you may have this attack with 21 damage times the number of water energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, discard the top two cards from your deck. Now that is going to be a really OP card in water decks. Suicune could be cool. Wind Protection, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to each of your Pokemon. Oh yes, and this one is the one I want to talk about. Manaphy EX. There's a lot of water EXs in this set. Aqua Cube. Each of your Pokemon that has any water energy attached to it has no retreat cost. That could work very well. And then Mineral Pump, 60 damage, heal 30 HP from each of your bench Pokemon. Again, that's pretty good. We have little whole Seismitoad evolution line here. Seismitoad himself is quite good, but just for speed purposes, I'm not going to go over their attacks unless... Now here is Greninja Break! Ho ho! Oh yes. So we have to take into account that it keeps the attacks and retreat costs of normal Greninja, which already is good. Shadow Slip. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each Pokemon he or she has in play in his hand and his discard pile has no abilities. And then Gecko Slash, 60 plus damage. You may choose one water energy attached to this Pokemon and return it to your hand. If you do, it does 20 more, which is pretty good. And then Greninja Break's ability, Giant Water Shuriken. Whilst during your turn, before you attack, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may discard a water energy from your hand. Then put 6 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If that isn't cool, I don't know what is. Blitzle and Zeb Striker. Then we're getting into the Psychics now. Hypno. Now, ability could be okay. Espeon EX. Now, if anyone saw this coming, well, I don't know who would see this coming. No one saw Espeon EX. And it's actually a decent card. Miracle Shine, developing de-evolve each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon and put the highest stage evolution card into your opponent's hand. That could really mess up your opponent. Psycho Shock, 70 damage. This attack damage isn't affected by any effects on the defending Pokemon, which is really good. Espeon is a card I can see being in a lot of decks. Sigilif could be okay. Again, I'm not going to go over his attacks for speed purposes. Strangely enough, the Aegislash line is actually Psychic in this one, rather than its usual Steel typing. Trevenant, if you're gonna, and Trevenant Break. This is what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so Trevenant Break. Okay, so Trevenant over the TCG is known for being really overpowered. First of all, you had the Trevenant with the amazing ability from X and Y. Then came Trevenant EX, which was really good. And now there's Trevenant Break. So let's go over Seed of Anxiety. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's basic Pokemon attacks cost 1 colourless more. Energy Press, 70 plus damage. This attack does 10 more damage to each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. But then when you pair that with the Break, which has Silent Fear, place 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Like Reign of Terror. It's honestly really terrifying. Gabite and the whole Garchomp evolution line. Pancham, Nuzleaf, Shiftry, Darkrai EX, another one I want to go over. There has been Darkrai EXs, unlike Espeon EX, but there's only been one. So Dark Pulse and Dark Head, there's nothing too special about this Pokemon, so I'm not going to go over it. It could just be an awesome thing for trade if someone really likes Darkrai. Now Scizor EX is another one I want to talk about. Gale Thrust. If this Pokemon was on your bench and became your active Pokemon this turn, this does 60 more damage. Now, this is really the reason I wanted to talk about that. Mega Scizor EX. For 2 metals, you can do Iron Crusher, 120 damage. You may either discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon or discard a Stadium in play. That is awesome. 220 HP as well. We have the Ferrothorn evolution line. Then going into the fairies. Dragalge as well. Raticate Break again. One no one thought was coming really. Super Fang, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. There was a Raticate in Heart Gold and Soul Silver which had the exact same attack, but it wasn't a break. But that break has 110 HP, so you want to use that. Ho-Oh EX, colourless, and this guy is beast. So it uses grass, water and lightning, so you're going to have a very varied deck to use this guy. But Elemental Feather, 130 damage, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, this attack does 30 damage to it. So that could be pretty awesome, as well with its ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has any basic energy, what's R? I forgot what R is. I don't know which energies are. Attached to it, you can heal 50 HP. So I don't know which energy R is. And we're getting into the trainers now. I'll show you this. I think the secret rares. So you got all the Spirit Links. Unfortunately, there's only 2 Megas, and that's Scizor and Gyarados. I wanted more. We have these amazing stadium cards, Flippy Whippies. Reverse Valley. Because we have Reverse City, now we have Reverse Valley. Blue side, choose which way this card faces before you play. If the metal Pokemon take 10 less damage. Red Slide. Darkness Pokemon's attack do 10 more damage. So I know Kater, aka Random Awesome, will really like this because he has a dark deck, so that'll be really OP. A special water energy. Then, Full Art Gyarados. That's pretty cool looking. Full Art Mega Gyarados. Full Art Manaphy. Full Art Espeon. Full Art Espeon I'm wanting. The Full Art Darkrai. Full Art Scizor. Full Art Mega Scizor. Full Art Ho-Oh, which has similar artwork to the Full Art Ho-Oh from previous sets. Then Secret Rare Gyarados, and that is it. Now this was all on PokeBeach.com. I will leave a link to it in the description, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. It's been quite a long one, and sorry for not uploading that much, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you later. Goodbye.